Hi, welcome to a new semester of sports medicine pathway here at Centennial. I am Mr. Hill, and before we get this semester going, we wanted to create a video for you where you could keep track of how the classroom's going to run, the management of the classroom, how it's going to be set up, how the lab is going to work, and then also just how everything's going to be put together and how that's going to look for you. Of course, you have your syllabus, but this is just a little additional information that you can always turn back to and refer to at any time if you have any questions. So our first section that I wanted to cover was classroom management. Basically how the classroom side of the sports medicine pathway is going to be run. It's going to be very similar to any of your other classes. For grades, attendance, we are going to be using Q. You guys are familiar with Q, the student information system that you were instructed in during your digital citizenship classes. That way, grades can be entered right away. You, your parents, myself, we can all see and understand where you're at and as far as grades in the class goes. For assignments, we're going to be posting those in Canvas. You will have on your syllabus your individual Canvas class code to access those assignments. Of course, any questions, come see me, email me, text me, like we talked about in the other video. But I think you are all familiar with Q and its functions, and as well as Canvas. So we talked about how things are going to work in the classroom and also in the lab or the athletic training room. So in a CTE class, we are unique in that we are going to be doing classroom learning, which will be similar to all your other classes, but then also we will be able to get out and move around and work in the lab, I like to call it, or the athletic training room, to really get some hands-on experience. As far as the classroom goes, we're going to have a seating assignment. That just makes it much easier for me with grades and that sort of thing. Then also you'll see the classroom design will be varied quite a bit depending on what we're going to be working on. Sometimes we'll be watching videos, doing lectures, so we'll have a standard classroom. Other times you'll find the desks are pushed to the side, kind of more of a round table setup, so we can have discussions and review things that way. And then we're going to move them to the side so we can work on individual projects in the middle of the classroom. And that is how our class is going to run. Oh, I guess also in the class, every day, bring your computer the school assigned you. We're going to use that often for tests, quizzes, and other assignments. And we will have textbooks, but they'll remain in the class. So if we do anything out of the textbook, we'll grab them, into the classroom, we'll put them back. So you don't have to worry about carrying those around. All right, there you go. There's a classroom. Okay, probably a more important aspect of this video is working in the lab. We are unique in that this is a CTE classroom. You may have friends who are in culinary arts, so they're working in a kitchen area. Well, in the sports medicine pathway, we work in what we call the athletic training room, or affectionately called the lab, or even the clinic, they call it. It's interesting because here the classrooms are connected. At other schools, the classroom may be in a school building and then the athletic training room in a separate building. But here we're connected, which makes it kind of easy. But we also need to have some rules and guidelines set for when we're over in the laboratory. In the lab, it is a very advanced athletic training room as far as a high school setting goes. I've seen many college athletic training rooms that don't have as much space and or fun modalities and tools to use. And with that said, we need to treat it as if it is a medical clinic, because you may be going in during class times where we're just working on taping or learning about a modality, but in the afternoon, and the kids who are in the sports medicine 7th period class, the athletic training students, realize that this is a medical clinic. So I could have kids coming in there with open wounds and cuts and abrasions and whatnot. So because of the tools and technology, because of open wounds possibly being there, no food, absolutely no food or drink over on the clinic side. No horseplay, that should go without saying. You know, this is the work aspect of CTE, so I expect professional behavior, and not only in the classroom, but especially in the clinic. You know, imagine if you were a medical assistant CTE student. After school, you'd be going to a doctor's office. Well, I would expect the same professional behavior that you would have there to have here at the clinic. Like we talked about earlier, it just is a little different because the athletes or patients are your co-students, your classmates. And so that tends to make things a little more relaxed, but we still want to make sure that we are behaving as it is a professional clinic. Speaking of tools, we have very many, that's double redundant, but very expensive equipment over there. Gosh, from smaller items that are several $100s to bigger items that are close to $20,000 that have been generously purchased, collected for our benefit, and we're very proud of that and appreciative of that. And then also some of the items could be harmful. As you'll learn, several modalities, if used incorrectly, could be harmful, and for that reason, we utilize those modalities under my professional license. So that would be taught to you more, but definitely just want to give you some aspect for respect over in the clinic and the lab. Okay, so putting it all together. Of course, in the classroom, we'll have assignments. In the lab and classroom, we'll learn how to do taping techniques, other various items related to sports medicine. But I do like that our advanced classes, 5th and 6th period, Sports Med 2, get involved with the actual setting up, kind of in a way helping me out. We will prep for practices. We'll have teams rotate where one group will maybe fill up jugs of ice and water, and others will fill up bottles, and others will get ice bags, and even another group will work on understanding what supplies need to be out on the taping tables, and checking Band-Aids and making sure everything's ready to go for the afternoon, just as you would if you were working at a normal clinic. We will rotate those assignments. There will be some assignments where we're doing cleanup. Maybe we had an event and we need to clean up from that. We'll work on that. But just so that you know, not only will we do our schoolwork over on the classroom side, but we'll do some hands-on physical work on the lab side or the clinic side. So I hope all this makes great sense and you're all excited to learn more about sports medicine, as excited as I am to teach you about it. And thank you very much for paying attention.